So we need to find the equation of this sinusoid. Let's go ahead and find the center by counting its height. So we start at the top here and go to the bottom. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 units tall. So half of that is 3. So 1, 2, 3. Here's the middle. That would be at -2. So I'll draw my center line at y equals -2. Didn't mean to do that. Let's draw this here. Okay. So we have our amplitude then is 3. That's half the height, and that's what we got when we cut the height 6 in half. We got 3. The period here is the length of one cycle. So we can say from max to max, that would be 2 pi over 3. So this isn't the usual period of 2 pi. It's a period of 2 pi over 3 instead. Okay, and we don't have to think of this as having a phase shift at all. If we think of this as a cosine graph, then a cosine graph looks like this. Let me draw a little cosine here. So it has a maximum on the y-axis right here, and we can see that our graph has a maximum on the y-axis. So we can just think of this as a cosine graph with a period of 2 pi over 3 instead of 2 pi. The equation then should be y equals a plus b cosine of c times x. So the a is the amplitude, the a is the center line, the b is the amplitude, the absolute value of b is the amplitude, but here b is positive. C is figured out by taking 2 pi and dividing by the period on the graph. So we have 2 pi divided by 2 pi over 3, so we'll have to invert and multiply. So 2 pi times 3 over 2 pi, so 3. So C is 3, and we just have to fill those numbers into the equation. So y equals -2 plus 3 cosine of 3 times x. Let's look at the next graph. So let's go ahead and find the height again. So we'll start at the top and go down. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 units tall. So cut that in half and get 3. So 1, 2, 3. There's our center. So let's draw the center line that comes out at y equals 4. So the amplitude is 3, and the 4 is the center line. We have to decide what the period is, so let's measure from max to max. So max to max. Now it looks like each of these is pi over 4, each tick mark, because we cut pi over 2 in half and we get pi over 4. So counting tick marks, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pi over 4 to the left of the y-axis, and did I say left? 5 pi over 4 to the right of the y-axis, and left we have 1, 2, 3 pi over 4. So that's 8 pi over 4, or 2 pi. So this period is just a regular period, and that means C is just plain old 1, and we don't have to calculate it or even write it down. There is a phase shift though, right? If we think of this as a, you can think of it as a sine or a cosine. I'm going to think of it as a reflected sine since we did the last one as a cosine. So a regular sine passes through the origin like this, and a reflected sine then flips. So it goes like this. So I'm looking at the point right here where I cross the y-axis, and it looks like this point. So if I consider this a reflected sine shifted to the left, I can write my equation that way. So y equals a minus b, so the minus reflects, sine of x, and then let's see, I'm shifting left, so I'll say plus d. where d is the phase shift. So the a was the 4, our center line, the b was the 3, so I'm going to have minus 3, and the phase shift is the pi over 4 to the left, so I'm going to say plus pi over 4. So y equals 4 minus 3 sine of x minus pi over, actually plus pi over 4.